Hello, everybody. We are live once again, and today we are doing The Mist from 2007. I am joined by Miss Swift. Hello, Miss Swift. Thank you for joining me. Um, and okay, what can I say about this movie, or should we just get into it? It's a little over 2 hours. We are at the sync point is on my copy, at least, right where the Dimension Films comes on. Miss Swift, you were saying you have
It's about
you
11
were
or 12 seconds in. So I
okay.
had like an MGM
Um,
logo first.
okay, so I have the Dimension Films logo, and then it cuts right into the movie. So we're going to be pretty close, I guess.
Yep.
So without further ado, so Matt has the Lionsgate
Okay.
logo as well. Um, we're going to be pretty darn close in our sync points, guys. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Miss Swift, count us down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start the radio.
Okay. Okay. And I have my trusty timer up in the corner there. I hope I'm not too far off.
Yep.
Okay. We're going to do a check, check, check. We're all good. All right. So this is a rather interesting choice. And I know this is one of Stephen King's darker adaptations. Um, for those of you that have not seen this movie, we are really going to try to avoid spoilers. As always, we try to avoid spoilers. Um, and let's see, without further ado, let's shout out to everybody in the chat while my mind kind of focuses in on what we're doing today.
Woohoo.
All right. Over in YouTube, we have Calbot. Miss Swift is over there. Let's see. Matt is there. Let's see. Calbot, Eric, Edward the Black Prince. Thank you for joining us. Edward the Black Prince, copyright law. What is that in reference to? First of all, that's what I would like to know. We don't want to break any copyrights here. Okay, so over in Discord, hey, Miss Swift, you're over there in Discord too. Eric, Talbot, Sturf, Furzel was last week. Let's see who else is going to show up. Okay, so there we go, guys. This movie starts off with a bang. And this movie is based on one of his is it a short story or a novel? I
It was
can't
a
remember because
novella. It's a novella, so it's a little bit longer than a short story.
okay. This I can't even tell you when I read this. It was quite a few years ago.
Yep.
And as far as I remember, it stayed pretty close to the we'll call it a novel, to the story.
Yeah.
But I think the ending, they have taken a lot of liberties
Yeah.
with the movie.
Yeah.
Um, and
Yeah, they had some they added more to the ending. The ending was kind of abrupt in the story. Also, so I'm not sure if I technically read it. I listened to an audio drama.
mhm,
They did it as an
mhm.
audio drama, so there was some more special effects. But yeah, I remember I'd listened to that a few years before this came out. So I was like, oh, how close is it going to be? Then I was just like, ah,
Right.
oh my god, ah.
Yeah, there is obviously they've took the visuals that we have in the novel where you just create the pictures in your head and now we have them on screen. Um, the ending, we're going to save it for the end, guys.
Yep.
Um,
Also,
so
some quick fun facts.
yes, go
If
ahead.
you saw that he was painting Roland from the Dark Tower, which spears like some fan theories about how these are connected to the Dark Tower universe. You'll also see a poster from the Thing in the background as well, saying that he was the artist that did them both, but in actuality, the real artist was Drew Burzan, I believe, who who did lots of movie poster art. So he did do the one for The Thing. He did do that Stephen King cover and some of the other paintings that you see him doing in the background there.
Yeah, and their work, and the one that he was currently painting, that was the Dark Tower reference.
Yes.
He was painting Roland, I believe. Yeah.
Yes.
So the Dark Tower, I believe, was a finished no, it wasn't actually finished when this movie came out. He had started writing it decades prior. And I think the last novel of the Dark Tower series was finished not too long ago, right? 5, 6, 7 years ago?
Maybe. I'm trying to think. I'm not sure how
Yeah.
much I remember after Wolves of the Calla, which is
So
long ago.
The Dark Tower has been floating around for decades. And fun fact, when I was in college, late 80s, early 90s, I had come across a first edition of The Drawing of the Three, which was the second book in the series, and managed to get my hands on it. And too bad it's not signed, but it's a first edition.
Nice.
So anyway, let's start off with the comments and let's see who's in there chatting away. Matt, never seen it. Didn't do a pre-watch. I'm blind. Going in foggy. Going in misty.
Oh,
Right on.
coming in hot
I love it.
and steamy.
Let's see, Cowbot. I only caught up with this about 2 years ago. I was on a King kick picking up some cheap Blu-rays. Maybe we just had a watch party for a King movie. Oh, Edward the Black Prince thought he rented the wrong version. Mine was in Japanese until I switched the language. If you know the language, more power to you. So now we're kind of being introduced to the characters, and I can't remember if in the novel we were actually had this backstory of the neighbors.
I
But
don't
for
remember.
anybody that remembers the novel who read it, if they want to, put some pieces together, I'm very curious as to how, how true to the nature of the story it was. The terror they did. And once hey,
Nothing
Uncle, late
ominous.
for the party. What? Go
Nothing
ahead. What?
ominous about that line of military police going by there.
Yep.
Just like you do.
Like in a small town. I believe this is set on the East Coast in Maine.
Maine, Brentwood,
Right.
Brenton, something like Brentwood, or it's like somewhere in Maine. Definitely in Maine. I forgot
Yep.
the name exactly.
On the coast, because there's a lot of reference to I think the mist coming from the ocean or the ocean side or something like that rolling in. Yeah, Cowbot.
But not yet Bahaba.
R.I.P. Andre. Is that how you pronounce it? Bahar.
Brower.
Yeah.
Yeah, homicide, life on the streets. Also
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
He was
Yeah.
also in Major Crimes or The Closer.
No, he was not in The Closer. Maybe Major Crimes, because I never picked up when The Closer ended and picked up with Major Crimes.
Yeah, a couple of I'm thinking of Courtney Vance maybe. So
oh, gotcha. Yeah, so this is an all-star cast. And once we start seeing, okay, I've got glare on my glasses. I'm going to try to get rid of it. It's annoying even me. Once we get into the cast of characters actually in the grocery store, we have got quite a connection to The Walking Dead. And if you guys pay attention, you'll see I count five characters that are in The Walking Dead.
There's like 8 technically.
Right. There's a total of about 8, 5 of the major characters from The Walking Dead.
Also, that cashier there is the girl who played Jack/Kira in Chronicles of Riddick. Just in the sequel, not in Pitch Black.
Yes. there are a couple like minor characters in the back. I'm sure we'll recognize. Shout them out when you see them.
Yep.
So one of the reasons why I love this movie so much is Stephen King has a way of bringing everyday characters into a story that has a horror element to it. We have a what is it? A caricaturized version of people that exist in real life. Um, Unbeknownst to us at the time, the nature of these neighbors' relationship, it's going to become crystal clear pretty soon. We have who else? We have a school teacher. We have an elderly school teacher. We have all these other characters that will be
Also,
introduced. Go ahead.
we just got 2 quick Walking Dead connections, aside from the fact that season 1 was first ran by Frank Darabont, the, director
Yep.
of this. But we have Laurie Holden there, who played Andrea. We just saw a brief clip
Yep.
of her. Alright, so now the soldiers who came in here. In center, probably the one most people recognize is Sam Witwer, who's been in a lot of stuff like Inhuman. He had a cameo in The Walking Dead, the first season, as basically a walker in the tank. One of the other guys next to him was in one of the original group that they found camping when they first started the series. His name is Morales. So
Yes.
yeah, and
Yep. And
then he just
that's who we're
disappeared.
introduced to now. Yep.
Yep.
Um,
Now this actress there, the older lady, that's Frances Sternhagen. Now she
yep.
was definitely in the closer. I believe she played the main character's mother.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think what connects these actors to this movie and The Walking Dead is the casting director, Frank. What is his name? Frank Darabont.
Yeah,
Um,
he's director, and this is his third Stephen King adaptation. He previously did
um,
The Green Mile and The Shawshank Redemption.
the Green Mile was before this. Yes, it was. It would have had to. That was early 2000s.
Yep.
Okay. Um, it seems like Stephen King adaptations, they're flying at you like more than one a year. You know, that's what they do. And especially back in the day, they would, as soon as the novel hit, someone bought the rights or they had this continuing rights and they would just mass produce it. So there was always an adaptation in the theaters. Here we go. Here we go. Another character. We're introduced. Now the horror begins. In now, okay, when you're in a grocery store, if you were to see this happening, so you have the military guys coming in nonchalantly. There's nothing, too bad about that. Then you have one of the town folk coming in and he's screaming at you like this. Now is kind of the time that you would panic, right? You would think
Probably.
something is wrong.
I suggest around
Um,
panicking, wetting yourself, and crying to your impotent God.
yep, yep.
No, don't.
This scene with the mist coming in is almost as creepy, if not creepier, than the movie The Fog, with the fog rolling in.
Mm-mm.
This is a much faster moving mist fog, which to me is more terrifying than an actual fog. Yes, Eric, and that alarm is really unnerving. And when you consider the people in this town, they know they live next to what this military, something is going on in a military establishment in the hills. They were talking about it in the car ride. Um, so they're not quite putting the pieces together. Oh, so Marcia Gay Hart, I believe.
Something in the mist. Is it gorillas? No, it's
There's
gorillas with a Z. They're
something.
happy. They're
It's
feeling glad.
gorillas in the mist. That is an interesting connection, Matt. Thank you very much. Um, And of course, that's a reference to Sigourney Weaver's Gorillas in the Mist, where she plays. Oh, wait, the name escapes me. Who
Diane
she plays that?
Fossey.
Okay, yes, where she will live in the jungle with the gorillas. She lived there for quite a few years.
Yep. Also, I believe
Um,
it's the clerk there with the glasses, the short gentleman, was Toby Jones, who went on to be in, well, lots of stuff, but probably most people might know him from the MCU, where he played a member of Hydra who eventually gets digitized and turned into a computer.
you know what? Good eye, because he is one of those actors. Um, was he in one of the first Marvel movies that introduced Hydra? It
Yes.
wasn't. It wasn't Iron Man.
I think
It
it was
was, I think,
Captain America, the first
Captain America.
Avenger.
Yes. There you go. There you go.
There
So
we
here
go.
we go, Melissa McBride.
McBride.
There you go.
Carol herself. Her cookies
Yep,
are to
Miss
die for.
Carol. And as if you're familiar with the Walking Dead universe, she survived all 11 seasons, and I hope I'm not giving anything away. And she is now in the spin-off series with Daryl Dixon. I forgot the name of the actor.
Oh, I've never
But
read it.
yes, and so their show is continuing. And fun fact, so she's got short hair in this movie. She spent most of the seasons in The Walking Dead with short hair. Um, so in this scene, I think she is one of the most relatable
Yep.
characters that could have been portrayed in this movie. And speaking from a mom who has been there, you leave home with your kids at home. Obviously, your kids are old enough to be at home by themselves. But what happens if something happens to you and you can't get back to your kid? I would have done the exact same thing that she does in the next
Yep.
scene.
Well,
Um,
I believe the first time I saw this
oh,
was a rental with my friends, and what we started playing a game was to figure out if you were to survive this movie. So you see, there's certain choice points where you go. Do you leave with her? That's a choice point.
mhm,
Do you run inside, or earlier where the
right,
gentleman ran out to his car and got ate by the mist? You know,
right.
you could go, like, you
And
just go do what he did. Well, and you get
you're
et.
right.
You start doing branching things about would you have survived?
It's, that's a very interesting point because this movie is full of those moments where you have to make a decision.
Yep.
Um, and what do you do based on the information that you have? At this point, early in the movie, when he ran in with blood on himself and he's saying something awful is happening, it still really hasn't clued in. I mean, nobody really knows anything that's going on, so there's really no reason to be alarmed. And so, the alarm going off, and now she is saying she has to get home to her kids. Who's with her? Who's going to help her? It would be very logical for people to help her at that point. Okay. And we don't know the outcome of that decision because we don't, now we're in the next scene. We don't know how much time has passed. Could be maybe 10 minutes, half hour. I'm guessing maybe half hour. Oh, Matt over there in Discord posted a picture. That was the Captain America movie where Hydra was introduced.
Yep.
And that famous actor.
Agent Smith, you mean, or
Yes, Agent Smith from The Matrix. Um,
Elrond? Now I'm blanking on his actual name.
I'm blinking. Yeah, Mr. Anderson.
And
I can hear his voice. I can see his mannerisms.
Hugh Weaving,
Yes, Hugh
Hugh,
Weaving. He was actually in the
Hugo
movie.
Weaving, Hugo.
Hugo Weaving from the movie Oranges, one of the first streaming movies I've ever seen. He was in that
Yep.
many years ago. Hugo Weaving. There
A
you go.
huge Weaving.
Yes. Edward the Black Prince is pointing out no one operates on normal human logic in a King story. That's exactly right, because there's always that added dimension of terror, of horror, of the unknown. All of it is underlying until it comes to the surface.
Yep.
At this moment, we've got all different kind of character groups in this movie.
Also, if you saw in the previous scene where he picks up his kid, there's the women who needed comfort, and he was just like, "Ah, nah,
Mhm.
screw you guys. I'm taking care of my kid." So you already can see where his priorities are lying. He's very focused on his family.
Exactly. And it might not be that way through the entire movie as his character evolves. But again, at the beginning of this movie, we're dealing with very little information. As far as they know, it's just a mist that you don't go out in because you cannot see 2 feet in front of you.
Yeah.
And that's how you treat anything like a fog or anything like that. You don't drive, you're not out there walking around. Um, and, they just don't know that they're in a Stephen King movie,
It's like
that strange things are afoot.
it's like the fog and the
Uh,
mist. It's like fast and slow
exactly.
zombies. The mist is the fast
Exactly.
zombies. The fog are the slow zombies.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. And when I was doing my pre-watch yesterday, it basically is a ripoff of John Carpenter's The Fog. It's the same kind of underlying plot. You have terrible things in the fog that overtake a town, and you have to figure out before it's too late what's going on. But you have the same thought process. What do? Do you try to escape? If you have the little rumors of things awry in the fog, maybe you just stay put.
Put
What I find interesting is Marcia Gay Harden's character. She does have a name in the movie, and her name
Mrs.
escapes
Carmody.
me in the movie.
Mrs.
Miss
Carmody.
Carmody.
Mrs. Because clearly somebody married her.
Clearly, okay.
Oh God.
So, and
Who?
clearly,
I
she
don't
is
know.
known. She's known as the town. What do they call her? Later on, they call her like the town kook, the town
Yeah.
whatever it is. They know what she's about, and she is very much like Carrie White's
White
mom
mom. It's just gonna make
that we saw last week, and it's that religious zealot. Um,
William
and
Sadler.
oh yes, uh,
It was great, that guy.
okay. I wish I had written those names. Okay, we've got an all-star cast. Okay, guys, shout out the name. The guy on the left, what's his name?
William Sadler.
There you go.
I think we last
Um,
saw him in in the Die Hard sequel. He may have been in some other stuff in the other way because he is a that guy actor.
he usually plays, oh, he plays him so good. He's got that strong jaw that you would expect from a bad guy.
Yep.
But this movie, he's just like him and his buddy that are just there. Um, they serve a purpose. They're just like the everyman in the town who just kind of goes along with it, does what needs to be done. We have the unsuspecting bag boy who seems a bit older for a bag boy, but I'm just assuming he has some kind of management role in I don't know. He's been with the supermarket for so long that,
Maybe it's a summer
I don't know,
job while he's home from college. Who knows? We don't know.
maybe. Um, so yeah, the true horror has not begun yet.
Yeah.
Let's see. So what else? What else can we say about this? Oh yeah.
His
So
name is Norm, and I guess now
Norm.
everybody knows his name.
Ching. um,
He's wearing a little name tag.
and so we have him. So what? Okay, what is the guy's name? Why am I so bad with names? Um, the artist. The one with the sun.
Oh,
Why am I so
the actor is Thomas Jane. His name is something,
Thomas
and his name is David Drayton, I think. Not sure
Okay.
his
Yes, his
first
last name
name.
is Drayton. Um, he's just like the average Joe that shows up at the supermarket and he's in the wrong place at the wrong time. But he is now, you kind of see him evolving into kind of a guy who takes charge.
Mhm.
And he kind of brought these guys with him that they could all kind of take charge and make some kind of decision. Norm! Thank you, Matt. Norm! But as we know, you should probably stay out of the mist.
Now here we're having another decision point where, hey, do you go check out
Yep.
the mist?
Yep. And so you have all of these different types of people, different points of view coming together to solve a problem. But you don't even know what the problem is because you're just going on with what information you have at the time. So they're making very logical decisions up until this point. Very logical. And if we put ourselves into this situation, would we act any different? Probably
I don't
not.
know. I'm not sure if I'm going out there.
Yeah,
My
but they
chances
haven't
of
seen.
surviving a horror movie are usually very low. Just
Oh,
starting from the premise.
if you know that you're in a horror movie, okay, this is the rules of horror. If you know you're in a horror movie, you don't go out into the mist, you don't go out alone. What else? All of those rules. Who would
Fancy
think there was
fog.
a boogeyman out there? Yeah. Until all things are fine, until they're not.
It's not the kind of tentacles he's used to.
No. That, yeah. That, okay, so yeah, we're going into the rules of the horror movie. That's right. No sex, Edward the Black Prince. If you have sex, you die. So,
Never say,
okay,
"Oh, that was
so,
a piece of cake. I'll be right back." Never do that.
so we should
Or
not have
woohoo.
sex
You don't
in a
woohoo
horror
either.
movie. Yep.
Actually,
And
you
don't
don't
say I'll
woohoo
be
in any
right back,
movie.
Johnny Depp. Yep.
No
This right
woohoo
here,
in any movie.
these tentacles would, that would be the point of no return for me. That if you see
Oh.
something like that,
Yep.
doing that to the guy, it would be the point of no return. Like, yeah, this is some scary shit. Um, very good effect. This is all
I'll
practical effect, right?
No, those tentacles definitely are CGI. Some of this is probably practical because Greg Nicotero, who would go on to do the special effects and take over The Walking Dead, was
Oh,
in charge
that's
of the
CGI.
effects. Yeah,
Okay,
but
so
yeah,
there's a combination of CGI and practical effects going on here. And I think I'm just so jaded on the special effect industry. A lot of it is pretty hokey. You can tell when it's CGI.
hmm
Um, Still very well done. Still very convincing.
I think that's just as in the Abyss might say, that's just a Russian water tentacle. We're fine.
It's That's all good. Yeah, these are a little bit more than these guys are used to. I think there should be a little bit more. There would be terror. I would be terrified, and would I be as calm as these guys appear to be? They're logical,
Green
but
screening is a little rough right there.
yeah, this is. I'm done. I'm out. Peace out, guys.
Nope.
Nope. And it's weird because they look like octopus tentacles, but then they open up,
They've
and then
got
they
little
have
like fingery
they
things.
have the claws, and it's like they have the little mouths. Yeah, exactly, Cal. But Revenge of the Sushi. It looks like some kind of fish.
See, this is
Fish
why you don't
tentacle?
eat the supermarket sushi.
Oh, or gas station sushi. Oh,
Also, admittedly, I have had the supermarket sushi. Not that bad. I've never done the gas station sushi though, and
As
that's where
long as
I
it's
draw the line.
outsourced. Yeah, gas station sushi, no way. But some supermarkets, the big
Yeah.
chains, they do outsource it from an actual like sushi place. So it could be okay. Um, and I would say, I think we had briefly talked about this before the stream began, Miss Swift,
Yep.
that I think this movie is about what, 2 hours and 5 minutes. I think they could really have gotten away with cutting maybe 20 to 30 minutes of this.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of what they could have cut is the backstory, stuff that gives you more insight into who these characters are, especially the interchanges between the two neighbors.
Mhm.
When it seemed like it was, even though his neighbor's tree fell on his dock, it seemed like they had a very pleasant interchange on
Well,
the
they
surface.
they were already
Um,
had like a property dispute, so I guess that's
yeah,
setting up the dynamic of them two already being opposed for various reasons. But I'm also thinking
yeah,
that something like this scene here with them deciding to go out in the fog, I want to say it goes on about 5-10 minutes too long. Like
it
you gotta
does.
you gotta snap that up and trim that a little bit.
Yeah. And so this could have really been a really fast paced, um, monster horror movie. You add more of the monster and you just kind of cut out some of the backstory. But on the other hand, in his novels, the way Stephen King writes, a lot of the suspense comes from knowing the backstory of the
Character.
characters and and then puts in the horror elements to disrupt all of this um, regular Americana in his stories.
He
So,
adds a bit of pathos and
you know,
tragedy. The fact that you know a little bit about
exactly,
the victim before they go.
exactly.
Ollie,
Um,
MVP.
yeah, and especially when okay, so the next 2 weeks we're getting into it. Of course, the book is like a book and a half. It's over 1,000 pages. A lot of it is the backstory of the kids, which is great. And so a lot of that is put into the miniseries, which makes it a really fun watch. So I'm looking forward to that for the next 2 weeks. Um,
The squid from Watchmen. Yes, it's the squid from Watchmen. Like that's he just dropped it on New
yes.
York. It's fine. It's fine.
Yep.
This was like the
Yeah.
test run. They dropped it in Maine first before they were going to go to New York.
That's what it is. It's a squid. There you go. That makes perfect sense. Um, so what are we at now? Like, okay, half hour in, we've had our first death. So we expect things to start ramping up. And these characters are in the given situation, now that they're going to have more information, and I hate to kind of jump scenes, but what side would you take and what kind of person in this supermarket do you think you would be in this situation? I find that fascinating that who would I be?
I,
Um, you know, would you would you listen to the guys that have actually seen the monster in the fog, in the mist? Would you gravitate towards those who have a deeper, darker insight, or would you not believe anybody and would you just live in disbelief?
I would probably be
That's
maintaining some skepticism, but clearly these are four disparate people who I don't know if it's hysterical contagion, but they saw something, and 4 out of 5 people, only 4 out of 5 came back. So either they went nuts
yeah,
and killed him, or something happened to him, and we saw other people
yeah,
already getting killed.
right. And this is what they're trying to express to the group is this is what happened. And yet this interchange, I love this interchange with the neighbors. It just goes at the heart of how people can be so divisive at their core and so untrustworthy at their core that it's like he has a hard time believing what is being told to them from the guys that have actually experienced it. And I would probably tend to believe the guys that say, hey, we just killed a monster from the fog and it took the big boy.
Yeah.
Would you be so quick to discount it? Well, maybe if you've had underlying resentments to the
Gathering
guys that
all the
are,
salt and soy
you
sauce.
know,
Add that. Mm.
okay, that's a great comment. Gathering all the salt and soy sauce, Matt. Great one.
Right.
I love that.
Little ginger, a
Um,
little wasabi.
yeah,
No, I'm not
you
sure
know,
if I would
that's a
be willing to eat anything that came out of this fog.
So Ed with the Black Prince, I would leave everyone and maybe just pull yourself back, regroup, and figure out what you're going to do. Um,
You leave everybody.
how about would just hunker down by the donuts and wait for this to blow over, right? That's another take. Why is everybody so hell bent on taking action when we can just outwait the mist?
Well, you don't know if you
So
can, but you are in a good place for it. You've got food and like water and stuff and shelter.
yeah,
Like
and so far they
currently,
have the electricity, right? So this is, I love this, that he is so
oh,
untrusting of his neighbor because of their previous interactions.
yep.
He's not buying any of it. So we do have all of these different backgrounds, and this is how they interact. There's not one cohesive unit to any of it. Yeah, Edward the Black Prince, everyone in this store is just kind of nuts and they're off
Yep.
in their own world. Oh, Johnny Devick, they don't want to miss out on the action. Oh, bring them on, guys. I love a good pun. Um, yeah, I get it. I get it having bad neighbors. And yeah, I mean, I could go into a background I'm dealing with now, but you know what? We're just gonna leave it. We're just gonna leave it at that. Okay, so have we figured out how many people are in the supermarket at this point? We have about what, 5 or 6 main characters who we're focusing on, but it looks to be about 30, maybe 30 people.
Yep. So let's see. Okay, the guy is like, "Oh, I'm gonna write your names down because you're drinking on the job. You took beers." He's like, "Fine, whatever." So clearly, he thinks this is something that's just gonna blow over. He's just like, "Whatever."
Yeah.
The guys are like,
Yeah.
"Hey, murder is happening outside." I,
Yeah. And the store manager's like, dude, you're drinking on the job like he's still on the clock.
what was it?
Apparently,
Sigourney Weaver said in Aliens, "They can bill me."
yeah, you can, yeah, bill me. Um, oh, and so now he's realizing his employee is gone. So Norm is the bag boy. Ollie is the other bag boy.
Yep. Is our
Um,
Marvel reference, our MCU reference. I guess Thomas Jane is the Punisher is another one too. But you know,
oh. And is it true that Thomas Jane was the original choice to play Rick in The Walking Dead?
yes, he was the original choice, but since it took so long for the series to happen, by the time AMC and Frank Darabont closed the deal, he had been signed up to play the starring role in Hung. And the original network that was approached for the series was HBO. So HBO delayed it and then made it so that he couldn't star in it. So
Yeah. Um, Melissa, and so I've also heard that Melissa McBride, even though she was only in this movie for maybe 5 minutes, made such an impact on the cast
mhm.
that, okay, Jeffrey DeMunn, who plays Dale in The Walking Dead,
Yep.
and what is his name in this movie? Dan.
Yes.
He was the one that suggested Melissa to I think it was Darabont that he suggested you've got to get Melissa because she makes such an impact on us. She'd be great for The Walking Dead,
Yep.
and
And
the
look
rest
how
is
that turned
history.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you very much. We may have a problem. Yeah. No shit, Sherlock.
Understatement. Just a little understatement. We may have a problem of some magnitude. Do
Finally.
you mean we're in deep doo doo?
Uh,
We're about to be ex people?
you know what? I would love to think that I would just have a cool head and I would maybe just go into the wine, maybe just liquor yourself up a little bit to deal with it. But I might also be one that says, you guys are all nuts. I'm going home. I know my way home. I'll let you guys know when I'm there. I don't know.
And here we've got Marsha Gay Harden sitting there
Yep.
just praying. It's like, wow, th- this is like prototype Bev Keen. You're like, oh, sorry. Bev Keen is from Midnight Mass, for those of you who don't realize. I'm like, oh, you're like, ugh, go.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Midnight Mass, I highly recommend. Highly recommend. I had watched that coming off of, I think it was after the first episode, the first season of The Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah.
I think that Netflix production, and then Midnight Mass, and then the second season of The Haunting of Bly Manor. I
Yep.
think that was when Midnight Mass came in.
Yeah, like,
Um,
yeah, it was, I think it was The Haunting, Bly
just,
Manor,
and then
then Midnight Mass,
okay.
then the last one. Oh, Usher, House of Usher.
Okay, have not seen, but Midnight Mass, highly, highly recommend. It blew me away and took so many twists and turns that I was not expecting. Yes, she, in many respects, reminds me of that character. They don't know how, how crazy. I want to say crazy, but to them, it's just their devotion to the faith that just kind of spirals out of control. And here, Mrs. Carmody, she doesn't know how whacked her belief system is. But no. I'm not knocking
What?
religion. I'm knocking where it can take you going down this dark path, this dark, twisted path when you are
Oh,
just off the rails.
that
Maybe
was a
that's a good
little
way of saying
harsh.
it. And it's kind of the same way in Midnight Mass without giving too much away.
Yep.
Um, yeah, and Edward the Black Prince, it's goddamn fanatics. Yes,
Yeah.
it's not, in my opinion, it's not religion that's the problem. Anybody can have the faith that they want, believe what you want.
Hmm.
And this is the same kind of spiel I gave last week. It's where that takes you and where that can, and the results. Because right now she's just kind of, sounding a little whacked. Maybe at first she was logical, right? Based on her beliefs. And people would just dismiss her like, oh, okay, that's just her doing her thing. Um, but, and yeah, that can cause a real division.
So
Oh, Matt,
searching.
yes, getting, go ahead, Ms. Swift.
I was gonna say I'm searching the background here because there's someone, an uncredited shopper, who also was in one episode of The Walking Dead. So they were uncredited. They were in one episode. They got pretty much got ganked right as they were Tyrese's gang arrived at the prison. So I'm trying to see if I can find her.
Yeah, and I saw that too, and it was like it's not a speaking role in this movie, and it was uncredited, but it's someone in the background.
Yeah.
You know what? One thing I will say about Mrs. Carmody, her place in this narrative
Hmm.
had it had Stephen King framed her character as a soothing presence, I think it might have added a very calming effect to the story. She could have been the voice to calm everybody down
Mhm.
in a sense. But of course, being a King movie, no, he uses her as ramping it up. And he does that in the novel too. And I don't think her character here in the movie is too far off base from the novel.
Doubters.
Oh, yes, Johnny Depp, craziness finds a way, doesn't it, though?
So far we've got like three groups. We've got like
Hmm.
the fanatics. We've got the
Right.
I don't want to say the skeptical bunch, but then we have the really skeptical bunch that nothing weird is happening. So we have the bunches who don't believe in the non-religious, like
Right.
skeptics, I guess.
And then um, we have the group that knows something is going on, and I think they're trying to find a way to deal with it and maybe to get everybody else to be on board.
Yep, that's the
And
not as skeptical bunch. I would say, yeah.
oh, yes, okay. And don't forget, we still have three of the military officers that came into the store that, where are they now?
Yep, expiation. Blood. What?
Is that a word, expiation?
Yes, yes, it is. But I also like in general in this story, like you see how fast she went from that to like apocalypse. Like the
Hmm.
timeline on this went real quick.
Yeah. And I guess her foundation in what is happening and why it's happening is out of the book of Revelation. And once she takes a hold of that, this is the end of the end times,
Mhm.
the end of the world. Everybody, in a sense, is doomed. I mean, it's almost like she's condemning everybody. Hey, everybody, you're going to die. And it says so here.
Yep, she says when the darkness comes,
That's it.
more will die. They're gonna come and take you,
Yeah.
and you will beg her to show you the way.
Yeah. But okay. Ollie, I love it. I love it.
Ollie MVP.
When he says, I'll tape your mouth shut, I believe he would do that. He would jump right on her and tape her mouth shut. You're right. Calbut, it's never too late for a pun, old Johnny Devick. And old Johnny Devick is saying, too late for a pun, but these guys never knew what was in store for them.
Oh,
Badinking. Um, oh, okay. Mad Matt released a couple pictures over there in Discord. One is of Liam Neeson from Clash of the Titans, released the Kraken, and Thomas Jane is the Punisher. I met him last year. Was it at a Comic Con or something like that? That's cool. And you know what? Throw the puns, guys. If you got a pun, it's
anything
never
to
too late.
lighten.
Exactly. This is a really heavy movie. Um, Sometimes Stephen King can put a little bit of humor in his story. Sometimes the movies end on a better note. You know, this one is, well, that's enough because I don't want to give any spoilers away. But this is a really heavy movie.
But wait, there's no alcoholic writers and no teenage bullies in this. What the heck, Steven? You're slipping. Or is that only in his long form?
Could be. And speaking of which, so a couple days ago, The Long Walk was released in theaters, and I've been hearing really good things about it. I hope I get a chance to see it in the theaters, but if not, I'll probably have to just wait until it's streaming.
Yeah, same.
Okay, do you guys get the feeling that there should have been more than one person here with a gun?
Probably. Well, Okay, so Maine is a little tricky. Like I said, this is my neck of the woods. I'm from New England. So I'm like,
Okay.
so yes, there are a lot more guns around here than you would think. Especially
Okay. Back in 2007, um, it just seems like you would have more than one person with a gun.
yeah.
But you're right. If the laws were kind of restrictive, then you wouldn't. And so they were probably lucky that this girl was packing.
But if like you said, but Maine, like in Vermont, those the rules are the Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, like all like
Mhm.
basically I want to say north of Connecticut. And even Connecticut, because Connecticut was the home of Colt for a long time. So yeah, there's it's probably quite there'd probably be more guns around here than this. Especially since this seems to be like a local place for a more remote area. Oh, looks like we're coming to another decision point.
Another, yeah. What would, okay, at this point, with the information that they have in the store, what would you do? We've got a group of people that want to leave. You can't stop them.
Mhm.
But I mean, Ollie, sounded like he was going to jump that woman and tie her mouth shut. He's probably capable of stopping someone.
Yep.
But they're making logical arguments. You can't stop someone from going out.
Mhm.
Um, and he's going to go retrieve a gun from one of the guy's
Yep.
truck. Okay, logical.
So barely, another person's volunteering to go outside. We're like, okay, definitely wouldn't catch me do that. When you see profiles in Courage, you will not see Miss Swift's name next to it.
Um, yeah, so there's a sense in this movie that at this point, these guys leaving, that's still a logical choice based on what they know, even with monsters out there. Okay, I'm just going a little bit, but he doesn't believe there's anything out there, and he thinks everyone's lying to him.
Or at the very least, it's not
That's
as bad as he says, or whatever.
yeah. He's totally on one extreme that he just yeah, he's not buying any of it. So okay, let's get rid of this glare. I shouldn't. I should just take my glasses off, but then I can't read anything.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's exactly that Mad Matt, the GIF of Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife. This is a knife. When everybody start whipping out their knives in the store, that was classic.
It was a throwback to the '80s style of movie making in a
The
good way.
80s style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So originally, I
As
believe this was intended to be in black and white and more on a film basis, but I guess they changed their minds, and they also if you see how big the grain is and the way it looks, it was it was meant to be more film, more of a throwback. Yes.
yeah, this is a big pivotal scene in more ways than one. It's we're almost what are we about 52 minutes?
Let me see.
At 52:20. Okay, my timer up there is about 3-4 seconds off. But this is pivotal not just for the flow of the movie, but for the people inside. They're about to get a big wake up call. And if you're holding that rope and you know it's been tied to someone on their waist,
How's it
this
going
is
up in the air like that? Yeah. Oh,
yep. And when
gloves,
it's
gloves, people, gloves.
oh, I would let go. I would let go of that rope so fast. Um, because we know nothing good is coming of this. This is not normal. Okay. These bugs absolutely creep me out. This is the worst. These ugh. Ugh. Spiders,
Pull,
bugs.
pull the
Yeah.
legs. Pull the rope. Pull the rope. Put your back into it.
Oh. They're like monster bugs.
Oh, bloody rope. Oh God. Yep, that's not good. Oh, that's really not good. Just legs.
Oh my gosh, my movie skipped about 5 minutes.
Yep.
I was at the scene ahead of you guys. Okay, let me sync it up. Let me sync it up.
Oh, it has
Okay,
pulled in the legs and shut the door.
there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, I was a scene ahead. That was so weird.
Do you see? Do you believe?
Yeah. Well, this does give her position credence. So that is just about the creepiest thing. And you don't really see what did that.
Nope. But it's big enough to
Well,
cut it to chomp a man clear in half.
it's disgusting. So now everybody's aware that something is in this mist. I don't want to keep calling it a fog.
Ant lion,
Um,
60 style.
yes, Mad Matt, we're going to need a bigger boat. We're going to need something, guys. But I love these two guys over here. They're, the salt of the earth. They're putting together some lights with batteries. They know what they're doing.
So I'm gonna say, well, now we're at the scene where the soldier and the little box lady are having a little moment here. And when I was
They
talking about
are.
the what is it, the scene, well, stuff wacky happening in the book, in the audio play at least. The man is away from his wife for less than 24 hours, and the person playing who's Laurie Holden's character there, Andrea. In the audio drama, probably in the novella too,
Mhm.
freaky. They get freaky in the night after some killings. And I was like, dang, you only been away from your wife for one damn day.
Panicking and being in a Stephen King horror movie does things to you.
Yeah.
So for the longest time, I thought this guy was in the movie, the Twilight movies. Doesn't he look like one of the vampires in the Cullen Coven?
Yes, he could, but like it could also be the fact that he did play a vampire in Being Human. He was the vampire out of
Yeah.
the three roommates.
Yeah. And I thought that for the longest time he was the guy from Twilight. But then his IMDb, when I was searching it this morning, he's not. He was in the
No,
in the show Human, and he played a vampire.
yeah. So like
So
that was Digby. Digby was was in that. Are you thinking about the main one, or are you thinking about one of the family members? Because at
what?
the time
Yeah.
Twilight came out, he would have been way older. I know they like to cast 30 and 30 somethings as teenagers, but that would have been a little much.
Yeah, because yeah, but it looks like the same guy.
Yeah,
But it
they have a
is
similar look.
interesting. They have a very similar look, and he did actually play a vampire. Here come the bugs.
No, no,
Okay,
no, 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 no.
I know this creeps me out more than the tentacles. Can't do it. Nope, nope,
This is pretty bad, but something coming up is kind of like I'm like, no, I'm out. I'm out.
nope. This is like nothing I've ever seen. It's
Yeah,
like a fly, like a mosquito and a fly,
fly
and
something. I don't know. It's all bad. It's like a
I don't know.
mosquito the size of my
So
arm. No, 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 no,
okay,
no, no.
how about us saying, "Don't let it bug
Bug
you."
you.
um, I wouldn't even in my wildest nightmares. I would not even be able to cross this bug to figure out what it could have been a mixture of. Um,
Look at
Scorpions
those
on the
fingers.
earth have power. Maybe a scorpion and a mosquito.
Ugh.
Maybe.
It looks like it looks like a mosquito and maybe a dragonfly of some sort, but like it's huge. They're huge and they get like
Maybe.
stingers. Stingers. No, no,
Yeah.
no, no,
And
no.
what would have been? Okay.
Mm-mm.
The thing of nightmares would be had they covered the glass and they all started drilling holes in the
Oh
glass.
no, 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 no.
Okay, you think
But this is
this
the
is
thing.
bad? That would have
Hey, look,
I'd have checked
something's
out.
here for a meal. They were attracted by the bugs. Just like
Yep.
lovely,
And
yummy.
then here comes something bigger. Ugh.
There we go. There's my. Those are the only scorpions I want to see. The ones that rock you like a hurricane.
Ba-ding ding. I should bring a little drum and we'll do a little drum roll. Rock you like a hurricane. You be swift for that. That's what we need, a little lighthearted moment during this intense scene.
Nope, 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 nope. And look
Mm.
at Mrs. Carmody. Yum, yum, yum. It's dinner time,
I-
boys. Cool
it
visuals.
was
Yeah.
Yes, Johnny Depp, very cool visuals. This is
No, nope. Too real. Too real.
terrifying. This is very real. And if you were in this supermarket and these actually were coming at you,
Yep.
um, I would
No,
have checked out.
no,
I
no, no, no.
don't even know.
Oh, bam! Come on, kick it! Kick it. Oh, oh, no. He's gonna catch you slipping. Oh, nope.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
these were all CGI, I think.
Yep.
And I was kind of
Yeah.
looking for, at any point, did they use um, a puppet or anything like that? I think all of these bugs are the CGI.
Yep. CGI, like basically, a lot of the critters are, but those bugs were the things eating the bugs.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you. Yes, shoot a little raid. There you go. Well, yeah, it's a good idea. Mm. It's like a small dragon, right? A small dragon comes into your store and
yeah.
you're torn between what, absolute panic?
Small pterodactyls like things.
Huh,
I
it's
believe
exactly
those are
what it looks like.
also some sort of critter that looks very similar to something in the Dark Tower universe, like that sits between the worlds. I believe they're in the story they were referred to as Bosches, as in from Hieronymus Bosch, like
Oh,
Bosch-like creatures. Woo!
oh, oh,
Burn!
oh,
Oh! Oh!
oh,
Oh! Oh!
oh, I know. That was cool. That was a cool kill.
Yeah. Ooh,
And the
ugh.
visual effects of this gal
Getting her
puffing
like
up,
neck puffed. Oh, yeah.
that
That
is
was bad.
a that's practical. That's got to be like the practical effects
Yeah,
makeup department.
and then
That
there's
was
this
good.
guy here who's on fire. That's clearly not CGI. Although
Yeah.
he didn't quite get the way our main character used the trick. You had one job was to not light yourself on fire, which he failed at.
Lighting,
Fire.
lighting that creature on fire,
Yep.
that really had the potential to light the whole store on fire.
Yep.
Yeah, Matt, that escalated very quickly.
And then the other guy clearly botched it, so he lit part of the store on fire and himself up.
Yep.
Oh, whoa! This is kind of like it's kind of almost got like a human face. It doesn't. look at his thing here.
Oh, the
It's got like two
eyes,
like
they're not,
yeah.
they're like
It doesn't
gecko
have
eyes, right?
exactly yeah, it doesn't necessarily have like mandibles, but more like the way the predator has the thing that goes. Or what is it, the from Blade 2, the Reapers, where they have that thing they go.
It's Predator where his mouth opens this way.
Yeah. She saw the little bugs, it had like more human like eyes, and instead of like mandibles, it had like a little thing that just went, yeah, Ollie, MVP.
Here he comes.
Give it.
Good. Oh, this. Uh, Kid should have just sat down and be quiet, right?
Yep.
Because
This is
this could go so wrong,
yeah.
so wrong.
These things appear to hunt by a combination of like smell and like sound, or most of
Well,
the
what's
things in the mix.
interesting, yeah, the bug that went on Mrs. Carmody and didn't attack her,
Yep.
that was very interesting.
Yeah. She was very calm. Like I guess she was saying prayers or whatever, but she was very calm, and she was just like she was being tested,
Yeah,
and apparently she was found pure or whatever, righteous.
and maybe that's the undertone of that scene was there was a reason why she wasn't attacked like the rest of them.
Yep. Ew. There you go.
Uh,
Yeah. Another thing in the Stephen King adaptation is I'm not sure if it was before or after those two characters hook up. Is that she was very Mrs. Carmody is very much about calling her like you're like a whore and all this stuff.
hmm.
She was very much like I know what you did in there, and it's like okay, come on, lady, back off.
Oh, you know what? King uses that religious element in a lot of his stories.
Mm.
Um, oh my gosh, I have of a list of all of the adaptations,
It reflects.
and we could do like a whole study on the use of his characters. Oh, there you go, half a body. That's nice.
Like Avengers look pretty.
Oh.
Must be a
And the Black
Black
Prince,
Friday
I say
sale.
he secretly prayed to Satan.
They moved into the store aisle. She secretly prayed to Satan. Oh, from every
Yeah,
Black
that's
Friday
funny.
fire sale. Oh, Johnny Devick. Everything must go. Everyone must go. Yeah.
Oh, at this point, everyone is going. They're knocking them off one by one. So now we have her backstory
Hmm.
and why she's so motherly towards the boy. And I'm starting to think maybe it's not a good idea
Parents
to
come
light
along.
a bunch of candles and put them on the shelves like that. Probably not a good idea.
Just some burnt packaging. Come on, just a little.
Yeah. Haven't they learned their lesson with starting fires?
Yep. Wow, beef shoulder roast for only $2 a pound.
Like the food house.
Yes. Where's my coupon? I gotta go get some of that.
Back when prices were reasonable.
Cardio and double tap. Tap tap.
That does look bad.
Yee, yeah. Don't play with matches. That's what you get.
Yeah, so yeah, some of these scenes just kind of go on for too long.
Yeah.
Um, but we have this high drama, the high action, the monsters, and then, take us down, let us relax a little bit.
Small decision point here. Would you try and
Yeah,
see if they could give you help, or would you just take the gun and do something about it, about yourself, your pain here?
yeah. Huh. There's so much to say about this. In a civilized society, your first reaction would be to get help for him.
Hmm.
But the reality of the situation is, how do you get help when they know what's in the fog now, what's in the mist? They know. Everybody knows, they've seen it.
Another person,
Um,
would you wait it out, or would you put a swift end to things?
well, we just saw that she
Yep.
took matters into her own
Yeah.
hands. And they've actually made it kind of through the night. He said dawn's almost here, so they've gone quite a stretch.
Yep. Oh, here you go. Another
But
decision. Do you stay here, or do you go next door to get some
it,
supplies from the pharmacy?
yeah, what's the interesting about this dynamic is we live in a very civilized society, I would say, and we do want to take care of those that are sick. Their first reaction is to go to the pharmacy, and it's almost like they're not even hesitating, and they're figuring out a way to deal with the hardships and the monsters that are outside.
And they're
Would
also, yeah,
would I do that? I mean, would you do that? What would we do in
yeah,
a situation like that? Um, I don't know.
they're
Would you
also,
end his suffering?
yeah, they're also
There's
wondering, planning on, like, we should probably leave here permanently because, well, one person's like, we got all the food and water we need to hold up, but at the same time, you're like, hey, stuff keeps getting in here.
right.
And he's like, what happens if something bigger, like the tentacle monster, decides not to keep playing nice, or the generator goes out?
Right. They're past just thinking they're safe,
Yep.
right? Because at the beginning they were pretty safe in the supermarket. Now they know they're not safe here.
Hmm.
They're not safe outside. They're not safe here. What do we do?
Hmm.
There's boy, I would be racking my brain. Do we fortify our position here to try to get through however long this mist lasts? They don't know how long it's going to last.
Hmm.
Or do we venture out because we're no safer here than we are out there? So now it's an interesting dynamic and decision that needs to be made.
Yep.
What will they do?
You've also got Miss Carmody in there.
Yeah, and you can't silence her. Yeah, she pretty much is like a Jim Jones. She could whip these people up into this frenzy, and have them believing something that is untrue in no time.
Grass isn't
Yeah,
always greener. Hold the line. Got
yeah,
food and
and
supplies.
so
Yep.
there is that. What Johnny Devick is saying, you fortify your position, you hold the line, you have food and water, you have what you need. You just need to secure your your bunker, your
Yep.
whatever. We need to fortify the store to make sure that nothing comes in. However, they've already seen that all it's going to take is someone, one of those things breaking the glass. But he is the voice of reason. Yes. Okay, they'll turn to whoever promises them a solution, no matter whether it's right or wrong. People that are panicked
Yes.
will turn to someone who they think has the answers and has the correct answer. This is kind of just human nature.
Mhm.
And how do you get people to follow you? You get them scared and you get them in a panic. Oh boy, that kind of hits home, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In a lot of respects.
Fire, fire, fire.
Oh,
It's just a little swelling.
yeah. How do you tell your kid you're going out? Let's make sure I didn't jump ahead. Okay. Oh my gosh, we're an hour and 15 minutes in. So, what I want for the rest of this movie is let's ramp up the action and let's get to some kind of conclusion. But we still have some of the character development to do. That's okay.
It's missing a lot of little old Johnny Depp zingers up in here, or Mad It's like parrots gone wrong. Don't skip leg day.
Yeah, your comment over there in Discord, it's not so bad.
It's a not so bad. It's a nicer place. Shut up, your face.
I mean, I don't know how it could get worse for them unless the place was crawling with the monsters.
Well, it could probably always get worse, or like
Be worse. It
this.
could always be worse. Okay, so Mrs. Carmody's getting into his face, and now she's trying to tell. See, now she's trying to tell everybody what to do. She's gathering her forces and her followers. Where have we seen that before, guys? Isn't that kind of like in The Stand,
Yep,
where you have these opposing forces?
yep.
Yeah, that would also be a fun watch party to do The Stand, the original miniseries. And that would probably take, I think,
You walk out that
three,
door,
three
you'll be
weeks.
torn to shreds.
Yep. Well,
Now,
she's
this
not
lady
wrong.
here with the curly hair and the earrings that she just pointed
Mhm.
to, that's another person who wound up going on to The Walking Dead. They were in 3 episodes before they got killed.
What season was she in? I don't remember her.
Was it season 3? Like, when they first get to Alexandria, her character winds up getting, like, killed or attacked by one of the wolves when the wolves attack. The group called the Wolves.
Okay. Okay, so she was pretty early in the show. Oh yeah, you go, girl. She nailed her with a can of peas.
Get
You-
peas
Do
and
what you got to do. Yeah.
sorry if you keep seeing me look off. My TV is like right over there compared to my screen instead of down like
No
this.
worries. I have my screen over to my side too.
Like I said, another decision point. Would you leave with this group or would you stay inside? I remember I had to think on this one
Yeah.
because since we had put our friend group as this group here, I was like, well, I think I'm going to go with my friend group because I think I can trust them a little more, and I know that they're capable people.
Who would you? Ugh. Yeah, this is a tough one. Even though they think they're being safe,
They
you
still
can't
don't
really
know enough.
predict.
Yeah,
Uh, there's just so much unknown that there's no way to actually be 100% safe. Okay, I hope there's something squeaking outside. I hope you guys can't hear that.
they're doing their part.
What that is. Okay, but at least they're going outside for the right reasons and they're trying to help. But I think once you get inside and you actually discover what's going on, they should probably just beat feet back out. Yes, Johnny Devick. This movie makes the decision to trim the cast for the thing to have fewer people to make it easier for the audience to follow the action more reasonable. Yes. And instead of trying to keep track of 30 people, we're at first keeping track of what? 8. Now it's maybe 6, you
It's like
know?
a funnel.
And so they're just kind of getting all picked off one by one. This scene, I think, drags on just a little too long.
Yeah. You think they're trying to build attention, but some of these just seem like it's just a minute or two could have been cut from a couple of these scenes without
Yep,
much difference.
exactly. And it really wouldn't have taken anything away from the story.
Nope, nope, nope,
Go,
nope.
Granny.
I'm sorry,
She's
but
the
all these
the teacher.
yeah,
Go ahead.
Vicodin, Oxy.
Get all the good stuff.
It's like, I'm sorry, but all these webs in that short amount of time? No. No.
Like I said, when you see that, when you see all these webs, I mean, have they not seen aliens? Come on.
Yeah, that's another hurry up. I hear something. Nope, I'm getting the blank out of there. Get the
Yeah,
fool. Get the funk out.
I don't know if I don't remember this element of it in the book. I don't remember.
I don't either. Oh, we
Uh,
got someone cocooned up in there. Oh, heck yeah. Get it.
ooh,
Was that one person? Multiple
Calbot
people?
on Discord. Calbot posted that picture, that GIF of. Is that arachnophobia?
No, that's not arachnophobia, I don't think. It's something else.
What movie is that?
Oh!
Oh, guys, yeah. Let's get out of here now.
Nope, 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 nope. Out.
I would be so done. But this is like a direct ripoff of the Alien franchise. Only these guys are used as, um, well, I mean,
Nope.
they're hung up by the webs and used as the same thing. Only this is a bit more terrifying. Oh, I can't see
Oh,
this.
maybe it is arachnophobia. Not sure. Maybe.
It looks like arachnophobia.
Could be. Could be. Either way, I'm oh
Yeah,
not messing around.
I can't.
Nah,
Even though the bugs are all like CGI. Oh,
no. That's some good
yeah.
like the popping in the pustules. Oh,
Ugh.
uh,
Um, Johnny
that
Devick says this kind of reminds me of the Bruce Campbell movie Terminal Invasion. I have not
I
seen
haven't
that
seen that
movie.
one. I don't think I've seen that one.
Terminal Invasion.
Ah, no,
Yeah, this is okay.
no.
Yep, this is a good time to look away.
Look away.
Look away. Oh, I can't do bugs. Nope. Terminal Invasion from 2002. All right, I'll give you guys the stats. 2002 sci-fi action, hour and 32 minutes. Let's see. Police are transporting convicted killer Jack, played by Bruce Campbell, to a prison when their car crashes into a tree during a raging snowstorm.
There you go.
They are forced to
Ah,
bring back to the airport. Oh, I can't do bugs.
no,
Oh,
no,
bugs
no.
everywhere, guys.
I did this one to myself. No.
Oh, no. Oh, nope, too many bugs. We just need to get past this scene. Ugh. I can handle little itty bitty bugs that I can just squish an ant here or there. I can do that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh
Nope. Nope.
no,
Nope.
no, Jesus.
Nope. Nope.
Oh, oh,
Ugh. Okay, and
fiery.
whose idea? Okay, Miss Swift, whose idea was it that to post that? That's a nice one of all those bugs. All
That was
those
me.
bugs.
That was me. Yeah, I just did it. I was like, "Oh, I wanted some really creepy." Oh, okay. So now we've got like the goddamn general here. Bug mash, bugs, bugs.
Okay, this big bug right here, that's pretty cool. I could handle that. The bigger, the better.
It's the
it's like
little.
almost not a bug.
It's like the little teeny tiny ones where you can't know where they're going there because they're everywhere.
Yep. And all you need is like a million of them to crawl on you, and you're over. You're done.
Whoa! No, there's the queen. Oh Jesus,
Oh,
Ollie,
okay. The queen I can handle.
Ollie,
Get him,
get him.
dude. Out of bullets. Figures. Yes. Was the hero.
Did you at least
Although
bring
his,
the grab the bags of stuff you came with?
yeah.
Ah,
Did they forgot all the drugs. They forgot the drugs.
well, thanks. That was a waste, wasn't it? No.
Yeah, Johnny Devick acid for webs, and it makes me think that there's a
Yeah.
direct ripoff from the Aliens franchise, and they just instead of spit for acid, that it's that webs made of acid.
Say ah. Say ah. Now spit.
Yeah,
Medic. Yes.
yeah. I
Starship
think they did
Troopers.
forget the bag they went for.
Yeah.
So not only did they lose a couple guys, they don't have the drugs.
You had one job. You misunderstood
The
the
one job.
assignment. Although
Yeah.
that was pretty harrowing. I'm not sure if I could have kept the hold on anything when I saw that expiation with whips and
Well,
scorpion.
so maybe we would have been team just stay where you are, you know? Okay. We're going to have a little downtime. So this is obviously a jump in the future. Um, so yeah, she's saying you've been asleep most of the day. So most of the next day, he was just sleeping. So they've been safe for quite a while. As long as they don't go outside, it looks like they might be safe.
So he died in the night, or was it most of the day?
Yeah. Yes, Johnny Devick, a bug hunt. Well,
Is this a
now they
straight
kind
up
of know what they're
Viper
after.
or another bug hunt?
It's a bug hunt. Yeah, the old school teacher, she's got her shit together.
We saw what
She's
happened to
pretty
Bobby and
cool.
Mike. But what about Ronnie,
Yeah.
Bobby, Ricky, and Mike? Did we see what happened to them?
Well, you kind of figure as long as at this point, if they just stay in the store, they can fortify their position. They can pretty much wait it out.
Expiation. Up, they've captured William Sadner's character. He started off ready to slap her across the face.
Yep.
Now he's just like, fine,
Expiation.
whatever.
So, expiation is the act of making amends or reparation for guilt or wrongdoing. It also means atonement.
Atonement. I was gonna say it's just like atonement. It's just a fancier word for atonement.
Atonement. But I've never heard it. People use the word expiation.
I think I've heard it a little bit.
Huh.
I've definitely heard expiate, particularly in his reference to what Jesus did for sins.
Yeah. So we're pretty much in two camps, right? I don't think there's
Yeah,
anybody left in the store that doesn't belong to one side or the other.
yeah, because
If
the pure skeptics left and went out, and we haven't heard from them.
right. So now we have Mrs. Carmody and her followers, and then we've got The other group, now they're trying, I think now they're trying to decide what to do from here. But he did, this character had an interesting point. I keep forgetting his name. The main character,
David.
what is his name? David. So David had a good point about wanting to go out, instead of just staying here. You know, maybe we have a better chance out there than in here. But at least you try. At least you're trying. So now, even though they could have cut this scene out, this is kind of where we get some of the backstory. And we have to hear it from this soldier about what's going on.
Mhm. Morales played Morales in Walking Dead. So Morales by any other name.
Is his name Morales in this movie too?
Yes. Well, I'm assuming he's
Okay.
Morales and not the other one.
Oh, yeah. This is this is what happened to the other military guys.
Now another one was the script originally had a prologue where it actually showed them uh doing the experiment that caused the mist. But Frank Darabont, I believe, removed it to keep the mystery and like the sense of cosmic horror.
Because we still kind of have it, even though it's being unraveled that the military was doing something, and they can trace all of this back to what the military was doing. This is not.
Possibly, yeah.
I'm sorry.
I said possibly. Like, there's no guarantee so far. They're like,
Possibly.
he suspects it, and they suspect it now, but you don't
Right.
know for sure, certain.
Yeah, because all he says is, yeah, there was talk. This I heard things, right?
Yep.
But he doesn't know. But now we're suspecting that that is the true cause of it.
Hmm.
But that was enough to send these people into a frenzy. Um, what's interesting, I wonder how much King from this perspective borrowed from The Stand, which if you're not familiar with The Stand, it was also a virus, a bug, a super bug that was released from a
Captain
government
Trim.
facility
Yep.
that went awry, and it escaped into the world. And that's what The Stand is all about. It kills like 90% of the world's population. Um, and we know a little bit about the backstory from The Stand, but this is like the general gist of it. So what I'm getting from Stephen King is that the government and religion are a good source of this antagonistical belief.
Hmm.
And he uses it very well. He's a really good storyteller.
Hmm.
He's really got, yeah, Mrs.
Yes.
Carmody's got these people strung so tight. All she's doing is she's now pointing the finger at him. He's the reason. And
Like
you'll see the results of that.
like the teacher said, it hasn't even been 2 days.
Yeah, if that. Yeah, how about Judas in our midst?
Oh, but bum.
Yep.
I think you missed the mark on that one.
Keep them coming. She can be very convincing to a panicked crowd, let me tell you.
Like I said, that's definitely, like I said, shades of what eventually became Bev Keen. I could see it like right there.
Yeah,
Had a scripture for everything.
yeah. And so the motives might have started off innocent enough, They went off the rails. And this right here, people have just
Oh,
gone off the rails.
people have just turned on each other and started killing each other. Oh, double
Yep.
tap, double stab.
Yeah. You know why? Because they're scared. They need someone to blame. They need a solution.
Uh,
And Mrs. Carmody is giving it to them. He is unhinged.
oh,
Then this poor guy had probably had nothing to do with it. And he was just a mere soldier on duty at the time and was on at his post.
yep,
This is bad. This is bad, guys.
yep.
Look away. Look away. Look away. No, this is actually a good scene. This is really good.
Nope. Oh, again, I still think I would prefer that to the spiders and the mosquito rats or whatever.
Yes. The bigger the monster, the easier it is to get away from.
It's like
And
time
and
to
we just see it. Yeah, Johnny Devick is saying it's like fanaticism isn't a good thing
time to
in
let
any
reason
regard.
go because reasons.
Yeah. And it's interesting that we only saw a glimpse of the big monster.
Yep.
We got just a glimpse, just enough to know how big and scary it is.
So, you also wonder if she's right because so far they got rid of him and no one else has died. They made it through another night.
Yeah. You know what? She's using just enough truth to make it believable, and people are using that as a basis to believe on just enough. And then you can twist the truth up in a bunch of lies where it's still the truth and people will believe the lies as truth.
Yeah, it definitely looked like a giant
That's
praying
very interesting.
mantis.
Yeah.
But now we've gotten into this a little bit more. Try working through this movie with the theory that Mrs. Carmody was right all along.
And maybe she was the voice of reason. She was,
Listen to
if only
her,
they had followed her,
because you could
right?
tell everyone who went next door, the people who went out to the car to get the shotgun, she said, "No, don't go," and well, look what happened.
And bad things happen. That is a very interesting position. If we take everything we know so far, we go into this thinking she was the sane one. If if we had just listened to her the whole time, everything would be fine.
Yep.
When that bugs came into the store, it didn't attack her, it landed right on her
Right. Yep.
and flew right by.
Meanwhile,
Um,
it got the other girl right in the face there.
yeah, nobody else was spared. Very interesting. She was right all along. How can you steal food if you're in a supermarket and there's plenty of food?
Well, hasn't she proven herself again and again?
Yeah, and well, she kind of has. But again, they don't know how long the mist will last, how big it encompasses. It could encompass the world, right? Everybody else could be dead. And if they just remain level headed, they could fortify that store for as long as it takes. Yeah, Edward the Black Prince, not the worst place to be stranded,
Yep.
right? That's where you'd want to be stranded.
Not the worst to be stranded, except for the other people.
Right. Except for the people that didn't make it.
And also, if she's going to be here like maybe she's right, but she's going to be here insisting that they sacrifice someone repeatedly. It's all good until your number comes up.
You know what? Exactly.
Mistakes
That's
were made.
how that's how cult leaders are made. And that's how people end up being in cults when they don't intend to be in one.
In group, out group dynamics.
Yep. Whereas before Mrs. Carmody was like she proclaimed herself the leader. Up until that point, I think everybody pretty much had free will
Yep.
that
Food,
they could leave if
power,
they want.
and
And
working toilets.
yep. Well,
Well,
there's
no
Ollie. I
power,
mean,
but
he told her he he told her he'd shut her mouth.
Allie, MVP.
So yeah. So again, was what he did right? Did
Yes.
he have the justification to kill her when you know?
And when she was
I
working
mean,
people
yes,
up into a frenzy to kill them,
yes,
specifically them because they wouldn't listen to her.
yeah, and in the position they were in, when faced with what she had become and what she wanted everybody to do, that's his justification. So yeah, I feel no pity for her. They're bleeding on the floor, bleeding out. Now they're free again. Now they have free will. They can leave. Yes, Edward the Black Prince, crazy ass
Ollie,
bitch.
Ollie.
It's exactly yes, Ollie, yes, Calbot. Ollie, yes. Make him the leader. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Whoa, they were back now. Lost connection for a second there.
Oh, okay. You're back. Hey, we've been really doing really good about avoiding all the technical gremlins. Yay. So yeah, they're out in the parking lot. You would think it would be a simple just running to the vehicle, but this has turned into some kind of chaos. People are getting lost in the mist.
Yep.
Um, yeah, they're just panicking.
It's full moon that hides over these dreams in the mist, as Hart would say. Nope. Oh, acid webs. Oh, Jesus.
Yep. And I wonder if those big monster bugs were smart enough to know that they probably could have just shattered all that glass in the front of the store.
Nope.
All right, we are what?
No, leave the gun there, please. Leave the gun there. No, leave it. Leave it.
I would go for it. That's really the only protection they have. I would have gone for it too. Um, we are what 20 minutes. We have less than 20 minutes,
Yep.
and now we have two distinct factions. We have the faction that stayed in the store, and we had the people that made the run for it.
Yep. And we got the ones who safely made it into this what is it? This vehicle here. I don't know the
A
actual
Jeep.
type. Yep. It seats 8 apparently, but there's only 6. Oh, sorry, 5 people.
Um, Talbot, leave the gun, take the cannoli.
Yes.
Yep. Unfortunately, there's no cannolis in this movie. All right, so we are down to 5 people who are trying to make their getaway. But at least they did what they set out to do, and they're making a break for it. I
Here
think
you
at the
go.
beginning the beginning of the movie they made a reference to Portland, and you'll see on some of the signs coming up like Portland, Maine. I
Yeah.
believe that's on the coast. Portland is
Yeah.
on the coast, so
Yeah,
yeah.
Portland, Maine is pretty. It's down south, as
Mm,
as the Mainers
okay.
would say. And here we go. We got some cool music here by Dead Can Dance, I believe.
Oh, I wish I could turn the volume up. All my movies I watch with no volume, so I'm missing all the subtleties
Yeah.
of that.
Let me see. What was the name of it? It was something. It's very haunting to me.
What is it?
Let's see. Let's see. The Mist Edward Dance. It's called "The Host of Seraphim" by Dead Can Dance.
Okay.
And so there's another religious reference here.
Doing that, I don't find this unbelievable with the way this mist is. It is possible to drive, especially if you know where you're going, you know the roads. It's not like a dense fog where you can't see in front of you. They can at least see a few feet in front of them.
You had
And
one
yeah,
job.
this is,
You had one job, David. Fix the front window. Oh, look what
yeah,
happened.
yep. And instead he went to town. Who knew? And he brought his son. So maybe that decision, bringing his son, at least spared his son of that fate.
Yeah, I guess of that fate. Yep.
Yeah. And
Or
um,
he could have fixed the window.
he could have fixed the window and just gone to the store later.
Yes.
But again, you don't know. And he has to live with that now.
Also, there was
And no spoilers, because we are coming up on this really, really good ending.
yep. Well, also there was another decision point when we were talking about the gun. Like, would you
Hmm.
just keep going and leave the gun, or that's another decision point.
Yep.
Here we go. Portland.
I
Oh,
would
I'm
have,
sorry. Point South, New Hampshire,
yep.
Mass.
I would have risked getting the gun, that being your only protection. Yep, there we go, Portland. So you're going to Portland. You got it. So they have to be by the coast, somewhat.
Here's school bus. Oh,
Nesmith.
can
Oh,
he
Johnny
hear?
Depp. Jason Nesmith got a wise saying for this kind of situation. Okay. From Galaxy Quest, right? Johnny Depp, hit us with the quote.
Yep.
Oh, this is heartbreaking. Yeah, I guess you just keep going until you get out of the mist, or
You ran out of gas.
anything is better than just what?
I said, or until you run out of gas. Like
Yeah.
now, I believe.
Eh.
Like I said, I don't know if they ever made it to Bar Harbor.
Nope, here's a good shot coming up.
Oh no,
Never give up, never surrender.
no!
Thank you, Johnny Depp.
There's
Yes.
ah, that is
Uh,
huge. What the heck?
that is huge. And we're just getting, well,
And
we're
it's
getting kind of
and it's so
a
huge
full
that
shot of
yeah, it's got like little things flying around it. I never noticed that before. Like there's like other creatures just like Are they like what do you call it? Parasite eaters or something? Or are they just like do they follow it?
From before, the bugs from before.
Yeah. Like this looks like some of the bigger ones. Like is that where they nest? Do they nest on this creature? It's got like the little tentacles.
That's a really good point. Is it the mother of all of these creatures?
Yep.
Um,
All right. So they're out of gas.
so
They've seen
they're
nothing,
out of
death and
gas.
destruction, and they just saw what else is out there in the mist.
Yep.
So, I think they might have a little gas left. They're still going.
Are they still driving? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think their hope is fading.
Hmm.
But they are, as Johnny Devick would say and Jason Nesmith, never give up, never surrender.
Just keep
They're giving
swimming.
themselves,
Just keep swimming,
let's keep
cowbot.
swimming. There you go. Yeah. And they're at least doing something. And I mean, if you're going to meet your end, keep keep moving.
Move it, move
All
it,
right,
move it.
guys, decision time. Decision time. And I know, Matt, you have not seen this. For anybody else that hasn't seen this, what would you do?
Stay in the vehicle. Try to hole up in the vehicle. They didn't manage to get any supplies with them, so that's a negative. Do you
Yep,
stay in the vehicle? Do you go out and try and make it on foot? Especially since he hears monsters roar in the distance here. At least that's
yep.
what the subtitles say.
Yeah, that's right, because I don't have the volume, but you do hear the monsters in the distance. And I don't know. What do you do? When this scene is over, I think we might have the same opinion about what he. Well, I'm not even gonna. Okay, I'm gonna just zip it. I'm gonna zip it until this is over.
They just stop for the creature crossing.
Yeah, there might have been a crosswalk there that said "creature crossing."
Well, not uncertain fate better than forced exit. Mm. Nope, there's a nod going on there.
And have we already been told how many bullets he has in the gun?
I don't know. Oh, he's counting now after we hear
Okay.
the nod. So
Oh boy, I must be a few seconds behind. Yep. So he's counting now.
he's got 4 bullets.
Okay, guys, 5 people in the car. Do we kind of know what he's thinking? We got 4 bullets.
Especially you just saw that Dan character nod. And well, no one's speaking up any different. No one's saying,
Yeah,
"Hold on a second."
yep. But you get the sense they are all resigned to their fate.
Mhm.
I'll figure something out. Okay, what are you going to figure out there?
Yeah.
You guys are all thinking, we can tell you're all thinking the same thing, but is it the right decision? Is he going to do it? What? Uh,
No, it'll be like what is it? The one in the shopping mall, Dawn of the Dead, where at first he's gonna go through it, and then he's like, "Hell no! What the hell?"
yeah. Okay.
Go back to sleep, kid.
I know. This is the only part that is
No.
is troublesome. Is the kid wakes up just in time. Um,
Ah.
This is not how I would have expected the movie to end,
Nope.
but um, what he should have done, and someone should have suggested this, is one bullet, two people, and save the last one for himself.
Yep.
He could have very easily done that.
Yep. That I think that there's particularly if you got someone
But
like with a to be a little bit crass about it, the kid's head is a little bit smaller and it's probably not as well formed as some of the older people. You probably could have gotten 2-1-1 on that one.
that's, yeah, I think he should have done the kid and the girl as one.
Yep.
But yeah,
And this
the
is
only part
why.
that is troublesome is the kid woke up.
Yep.
And now his only choice is to go out into the mist. Keep walking. He should keep walking.
And this is why I was like, don't grab the gun. No, really, don't grab the gun. If you didn't grab the gun, this wasn't even an option.
And then it would have been, yeah, if he didn't have the gun and they still were in the same position, then I think they could have made the decision, hey, we're just going to sit here for a little while.
Yep.
Let's just sit here for a half hour before we start walking.
Whoop. Massive bellow, according to the what's coming? Something's coming in the fog.
You know, Edward the Black Prince, yeah, a monster or a bullet. That was their choice. But Stephen King, this was not the ending in the book.
Go
I
ahead, you
think the
can't see
book,
runaway.
yeah, the book was just, I think the book actually ended while they were still in the supermarket.
Yep.
And I don't
The
think there
book
was a clearer ending.
well, at least the audio played it ahead. They drove. It ended just after they saw the massive creature, and they kind of just pull off somewhere and just park. I think that's how the book.
Okay, so the story did have them escape.
No, they didn't
Okay,
escape so much. They just kind of went somewhere and stopped, and you never saw like the fog didn't go away. They were just like, we're done. We're out of gas.
yeah.
They pulled over.
And so now we're left with he killed them all for nothing. There is hope. The world has not been taken over by these things,
Yep.
but we're still left with he didn't know that at the time he had to make the decision.
Yep. Go ahead, Fancy. Say
And
yours.
he, would we have made a different decision? Yeah, I would have. I would not have been able to sit in that vehicle and kill everybody,
Yeah.
knowing I didn't have a bullet for myself.
Hell, if he started shooting, I have a feeling I might have changed my mind. Anyway, I'm
Yeah.
like, nope, I'm out. I'm out of
And
here.
scream, maybe open the door. No, not today.
Not today. Not today, Sam.
Yeah.
It's like when the water ran out.
Yeah.
Oh, Johnny Devick, you wait another day, think it over, have a brewski, have a good time.
Fine. Yep.
Eric Edward Yeah, they really jumped to that reaction decision.
They did.
They couldn't have waited at least until they were on the verge, were in
You're,
danger.
you're right. So it really is this dilemma that he didn't have to do it had they just waited, but they didn't know that they could just wait. They made the decision at the time, and whether it was the right decision or wrong decision, I have a feeling this man, if the story played out, he would spend the rest of his life in an insane asylum because I don't think his brain would have been able to process what he did.
Now, bringing it back around,
Yeah.
they
Um,
didn't know that the mist was going to end, but notice that the mist ended once all the people that Mrs. Carmody had signaled out for sacrifice, such as his son, died.
Bingo. Bingo. Yes. So if we go back and now view this movie from the perspective of her being right, uh, yeah, she's in the store. She's just waiting for the rescue now because she knows everybody else is dead.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. Well, she got shot, so she's dead. So
She's dead.
she made a bigger sacrifice than he did.
Hmm.
he did it not out of like a sacrifice. He had a symptom of pride. He was very
Yeah.
prideful. She was saying so. And then
Yeah,
in the end,
exactly.
he was
And
forced
what's
to do.
interesting, there's the comments. Eric says it. Yeah, they really jumped to that decision. They could have waited until they were waited at least until they were in danger. Um, yeah, and Calbot says, but he didn't have to make a decision. They could have just sat there for a while. Absolutely, they could have said, "Hey, let's just sit here and contemplate life for. Let's do an hour. Let's do until you know, we're thirsty and we're desperate." They could
Hell,
have waited,
until
but
something came for them. If something's coming for them,
yeah.
that's a little imminent
Um,
threat. I'm like, okay, so what was it at
yep.
the end of
But
From Dusk to Dawn? Should I save the bullets for us? It's like, no, you save them for the next mofo that comes after you.
yeah, so it was a very troubling ending, but at least it gave us a nice 2 hours together and we had some time to kill. There you
Yeah,
go.
this is. I
Um,
almost skipped this one.
yeah. I mean, there's worse movies and there are better movies. And
Gut
speaking of
punch.
better, next week we're going to be watching the first part of It, the 1990 TV miniseries. So yeah, let's wrap up our comments and let's see. Eric is saying, yeah, they botched up the ending, but in retrospect, I think they did it as a way of giving us something to analyze and to talk about instead of having an easy peasy ending.
Let's face it, that's
You know,
kind of what
that's
made this movie memorable. Like the movie was okay.
yeah,
It wasn't anything special, but that ending brought it home. Like you're like, dang, I
yeah,
hadn't expected because in another movie you would have been like, oh, he contemplates it, he thinks about it, but he's right there and decides, I'll know, you know. Or like I
yeah,
mentioned earlier, in Dawn of the Dead, the original ending had them like offing themselves, but instead, he shoots, he fights through the chopper, and they
yeah.
up the chopper and leave.
Yeah, so I find it just very interesting the way that they pulled this ending together. Um,
Mhm.
Calbot, yes, it's derivative of a lot of other movies. It could have been edited down 90 to 100 minutes without losing anything.
True,
Absolutely.
true.
I
Yeah, that
think.
was definitely
Yes,
definitely there.
definitely. I think it's probably about a half hour too long. Um, but yeah, so there you have it. Next week, when we watch it, we're only going to be watching the first part. So I think I mentioned this before. If you guys have the version that's one big long movie, it's a 3 hour movie. We're going to be just watching the first hour and a half. So we're going to just break it up into 2 weeks. Um,
2
yes,
weeks,
and that
2 weeks.
2 weeks from Total Recall.
Yes.
Um, and so if you have a fear of clowns, if you hate clowns, I hate them too. We're in for a treat next
Wow.
week because this is one
No,
of my favorite stories of Stephen King. Yes.
don't you
Um,
the ending
no,
made it
no,
something from a
no.
but I don't
You
buy it unless it showed them being super thirsty and dying. I might agree with that, Johnny
yeah,
O.
and they could have sat in that Jeep until they all died of thirst. Right. They could have. Um, and maybe that would have made a more enjoyable ending. I don't know. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining us today. Thank you, Miss Swift.
Yay.
Um, and we're going to do it again next week. And what we have 2 more weeks of September, then we're going to be moving into October. Um, if you guys have a preferred Saturday that you want me to show Threads as a bonus watch party, let me know. I'm even thinking of doing it right before one of our regular watch parties since I'm already here. I've already got this time set aside on Sundays. Maybe I'll do Threads right before. If you guys are up for it, let me know and we'll come to a decision that works. But yes, thank you all for joining us this week. We'll do it all again next week. Be kind to
Do it
yourself.
again. do it all.
And we're going to do it again, and just be kind to others, be kind to yourself, and
Be
we'll see you
excellent
next
to each other.
Be excellent. Yes. Yes. See you all next week. Bye.